is Upbeat with beatboxer, musician, speaker, and show host, Parker K.
Hey guys, welcome to Upbeat, and thank you very much for being here and for listening in today or watching. If you're watching this on YouTube or on the website, parkerkane.co, then thanks for watching. I appreciate you. It's been 2 months, 2 whole months since I've recorded a solo episode here on Upbeat, which is crazy. I mean, that time flies by, and the last 8 weeks, we've been really blessed to hear from so many incredible people. And if you're new here, or if you're just checking back in and this is the episode you're landing on, then I would highly recommend sifting through the last 8 weeks of episodes, because they were truly amazing. And I know that we can learn a ton, and we all have our own different takeaways, right? And we can find inspiration. And actually, what today's episode will be about, and I'm going to keep it really short and sweet, but I'm going to share with you just briefly my top 5 personal takeaways from the last 8 episodes. And you know, creating a list like that is like an impossible task because there were so many value bombs dropped in those interviews. It's insane. But the way I decided to do this was basically just choosing the ones that really resonated with me the most, the ones that are still on my mind today. You know, takeaways that are still on my mind today, which for some of these are literally now like almost 2 months later that I'm still working on these things. I'm still thinking about these things. And so, I mean, and this is kind of a side rant real quick, but that just proves like the impact that we have in the words that we say. You know, what is said in some of these episodes might resonate with us for a really long time. We have no idea, right? And it's just awesome to see how impactful that is, even just for me. So I'm hoping it's the same experience for you. But let's go ahead and get into this. I want to just briefly share with you my top 5 personal takeaways from the last 8 weeks here on Upbeat. It's been so amazing. Okay, so number 1, the importance of sharing your story and inserting your story into your content. And I learned this from Tony Rodriguez, a mindset mentor and speaker trainer with Tony Robbins, in episode 121. And he actually shared a quote that really stuck with me. And it's probably why I'm remembering this so well. The quote was, "Your story is yours, but it isn't yours to keep. It's yours to share." Boom. So that hit me really hard, stuck with me. And I just love that quote. Okay. So number 2, how important it is to love and appreciate yourself. And with that, oftentimes what we're looking for all along is already within ourselves, and we just didn't realize it. And we needed that eye-opening experience to show us that really everything we've been looking for, who we've been looking for, what we've been looking for, the answers we've been looking for, it's already within us. We are enough, and we are so much more capable than we think. And sometimes we just need to realize that and have those eye-opening experiences that teach us that we are enough, and we were already capable, we were already succeeding, we were already doing those things all along, and we just needed to realize it. And I learned that from Adam Roa in episode 123, and he is an incredible spoken word artist, and he shared a poem of his on the podcast, and it's amazing. So definitely go check it out. Number 3, how art in your homes and in your offices can really uplift your mood and place you in a better state of mind overall. And that was with Clara Berta, an artist, in episode 125. And I can really attest to this now because I have, I'm looking at it right now. I've got a beautiful, colorful painting that Clara actually sent to me. And so thank you so much, Clara. I love it. And it's incredible to have. And I also have a brand new plant. So, and not a fake one, a real one. I've got to water it every day. And, you know, I don't know if this is weird or not weird, but this is my first ever plant to ever have in my room ever, like in my entire life. So I'm excited to have this new plant and this new painting. And I have noticed that it really does uplift me and keep me kind of refreshed and more upbeat throughout the day, in and out of every single day. So that's a lesson I learned from Clara Berta and have implemented it in my life and have felt the differences. So that's awesome. Number 4, And this is both 126 and 127 with Lee Swift and Lisa Del Campo from Netflix's TV show The Circle. We talked a lot about, their uprising in clout, going from not very many followers to being on a TV show and now having tons of followers. And so with that, we talked a lot about being an influencer and how these days we're all creators, we're all influencers, we're all personal brands, and we're all making an impact. So just keep going with that. Keep building your brand. Keep building your influence. You really, truly never know who you are influencing. And oftentimes your analytics can't show you that. They'll give you the basic numbers or whatever that you can track, but you don't really know who you're touching, who you're influencing. So just keep going. That's number 4. Just keep going and building your influence, because you never know who it's actually helping. Number 5, episode 128, the most recent one with Melissa Bright. This one was funny. It was interesting. We were talking about roadblocks and how things are going to happen inevitably and we can't really control it, and it's just how we react to it. And as we were having this discussion, my storage on my laptop reached its max. And so Adobe Audition stopped recording, Zoom stopped recording the video, but kept recording the audio for some reason. And we just had all these technical issues that we had to figure out real quick on the spot during the interview. And I haven't personally experienced any big interruptions like that in one of my interviews. 2.5 years into this, I've never experienced that. And so that was a really interesting episode. And we were talking about roadblocks and how to get through it. And I left all of that in there just so you could see us work it out real time, especially because it was so relevant to what we were talking about. But yeah, in that one, I learned from Melissa that we need to understand and accept the fact that roadblocks will always happen. It's inevitable, right? And all we can do is the best we can do in the way we react to things, and we can just keep going and keep pressing forward through any of the roadblocks that do come up. So those are my top 5 things. Share your story, love and appreciate yourself, liven up your spaces with plants and with art and with things that are creative or help you be more creative. Just keep going and growing your influence, because you never know who it's going to help. And understanding and accepting the fact that roadblocks will always happen and you're going to be okay and you're going to pull through it. So those are my top 5 lessons learned. I would love to hear from you what yours are, what you've enjoyed from these last 8 episodes. And I'd love to connect with you. So you can find me on the website, parkerkane.co. From there, you can find all the social media and where you'd like to reach out to me from. And you guys, if you got value from this episode or any of these episodes, please share them with your friends and leave an upbeat review. Reviews really do help the show grow. And if you don't use Apple Podcast or something, then message me and let me know what you do use, and I'll be able to get you a source where you could leave a helpful review. Or if you're just watching on YouTube, then like the video, leave a comment. All those kinds of things really help the show grow, and I appreciate that so much. And I appreciate you being here listening into this episode. So as always, you're the best, and I'll see you next week.
This is Upbeat with beatboxer, musician, speaker, and show host, Parker Kane. Subscribe at parkerkane.co.